Hello everyone, I am Tejas Thakur. Welcome to the sixth video of this 12 video series of our module Debt Demystified. This is being brought to you by ProStart, a video based training initiative by Kotak Mutual Funds. In the earlier video, we looked at bond terminologies. In this sixth video, we'll look at yield curves. What is a yield curve? A yield curve is a graphical representation of the interest rates on debt for a range of maturities. What does it show? It shows the yield an investor is expecting to earn if he lends his money for the given period of time. The graph displays a bond's yield on the vertical axis and the time to maturity on the horizontal axis. The curve may take different shapes at different points in the economic cycle, but it is typically upward sloping. A fixed income analyst may use the yield curve as a leading economic indicator, especially when it shifts into an inverted shape, which signals an economic downturn as long-term returns are lower than short-term returns. Let's understand the first type of yield curve, which is known as a normal yield curve. So the graph of this yield curve is there for you. So if you look at this graph carefully, you realize that the interest rate increases as the term to maturity increases. So the slope is obviously upward and a steep one. But as time to maturity increases, as term to maturity increases, the interest rate does not increase so much. Gradually, the interest rate almost flattens out, which indicates that there is hardly any significant change in the interest rate or any significant impact on the interest rate as the term to maturity increases further. This is the graph of the yield curve normally during all points in time. Mostly you get such a graph. So hence the name, as the name suggests, it is normal yield curve. A few more points about this in the next slide. So first and foremost, it is the most common shape of curve and therefore it is referred to as the normal curve. The normal yield curve reflects higher interest rates for 30-year bonds as opposed to 10-year bonds. If you think intuitively, you're lending money for a longer period of time, you expect to earn a higher compensation for that. If the maturity period is too long, the impact on interest is negligible. We saw in the graph in the earlier slide that as term to maturity increases, the graph almost flattens out. That implies that the impact on interest is negligible. It is a rational market. So a rational market will want higher compensation for greater risk taken. Hence, the positively sloped yield curve is called normal. Thus, as long-term securities are exposed to greater risk, the yield on such securities will be greater than that offered for low-risk short-term securities. A longer period of time increases the probability of unexpected negative events taking place. Therefore, a long-term maturity will typically offer a higher interest rate and will also have higher volatility. Now, since we've studied about normal yield curve, let's look at the next type of yield curve, which is known as the inverted yield curve. The graph is here for you. So as the name suggests, you see that the graph is inverted. So initially, as term to maturity increases, the interest rate starts dropping sharply. So it's a negative slope. As term to maturity increases, this slope starts gradually flattening out. And as you go forward in term to maturity, you see that it is almost a flat curve. Means that the interest rate now has very low significance or has very low impact to the term on maturity. So let's look at a few more points around this. Inverted. So an inverted curve appears when long-term yields fall below short-term yields. An inverted curve occurs due to the perception of long-term investors that the interest rates will decline in the future. Though this can happen for a number of reasons, but one of the main reasons is that the expectation of a decline in inflation. When the yield curve starts to shift towards an inverted slope, it is perceived as a leading indicator of economic downturn. Such interest rate changes have historically reflected the market sentiment and expectations of the economy. Let's look at the third yield curve for our discussion, and that is the steep yield curve. The graph is here for you. So if you see in this graph, the steep yield curve is almost similar to the normal yield curve. But there are two striking differences. One, the slope is much more steeper for the steep yield curve as compared to the normal yield curve in the initial phase. Second, the steep yield curve is placed slightly above the normal yield curve. The rest, everything remains the same. So the slope starts gradually flattening out. And as you go ahead, there is hardly any significant change in the interest rate as the term to maturity increases. So let's look at a few more points around this. Steep. So steep yield curve indicates that long-term yields are rising at a faster rate as compared to the short-term yields. The steep yield curves have historically indicated the start of an expansionary economic mode. So if you keep a watch on these yield curves, it will help you to understand that yes, this is going to be a revival of the economy or an expansionary economic period. Both the normal and the steep curves are based on the same general market conditions. The only difference is that a steeper curve reflects a larger difference between the short-term and the long-term return expectations. Hope this was clear. So it's time to play on the front foot, but cautiously. As we move left to right, from low risk to high risk, what we see is that the funds are placed in a sequence. So the first is liquid funds, followed by ultra short-term debt funds, then short duration funds, credit risk, dynamic debt, and medium-term funds, and finally the long duration funds. If you see the credit risk or the dynamic debt or the medium-term funds, they are more riskier as compared to the short duration funds, but are less riskier as compared to the long duration funds. So hope you've understood the three types of yield curves. There are more coming up in the next session, but it's time for the quiz time. So self-check questions once again for you. Question number 1 coming up. Are you ready for it? Let's see. What is an yield curve? This is a simple one, and I'm confident that you know the answer. Let's see if your answer tallies with whatever we've given here. The yield curve is a graphical representation of the interest rates on debt for a range of maturities. That was right. Moving on to question number 2. What are the different types of yield curves? The different types of yield curves are normal yield curve, inverted yield curve, and steep yield curve. These are just the 3 ones which we discussed in this session. There are more actually. Last question for the day. What does a steep yield curve indicate? A steep yield curve indicates that long-term yields are rising faster than short-term yields. Thank you so much for listening to me patiently on this session, which was on yield curves. In the next session, we will have a look at yield curves part 2. Till then, take care and thank you once again.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.